Hi, my name is Danica. I'm one of your DECA presidents this year, and today I'm going to be running through how to do the DECA roleplay. So, I remember in my first year of DECA being really nervous about the DECA roleplay. I didn't even know what it was until the day of competition. On the bus ride there is when I learned. So, I just wanted to give you some tips, talk through how I would approach a roleplay, just to make you more comfortable going into competition. So, yeah. So my first year at DECA, I did the sports and entertainment marketing event, and I just broke it. It's supposed to have this bottom. Got one of these for role plays, and I really think with practice, any one of you watching this video can also get one because all it takes is practice, confidence. So the role play we're going to be running through today is one from the sports and entertainment marketing event. If you're from a different cluster, don't worry, we're going to have different videos going through all the different types of clusters, but this should give you a general idea of how role play is formatted and maybe how you would want to think about the process and integrate some of the parts that you need to be saying. Okay, so I pulled up a role play for us to go through together. A role play is basically just a business situation where you have to come up with a plan or solution and present that to a judge in a limited amount of time. So for a solo event, you get 10 minutes to read and prepare and another 10 minutes to propose your solution in front of a judge. So the first thing that I like to do is go to my performance indicators. These are questions that I must address when I'm doing my role play because the judge are going to be looking for your answers to them, and they're really going to test your knowledge on your cluster. So what I like to do is I'll look at my performance indicators, I'll take a piece of scrap paper, and I'll list them out on the page with a little bit of space in between each one. Now I already took some notes in advance, so ignore the black notes. Here I have the specific event. Typically in the first paragraph, you're going to get your role and what your task is. That's the most important information. Here we get some background information about the business we're working for, maybe about a little bit more about our task. So in this one, we're a circus, and it's talking about how in the past we typically focus on animal acts, and now we're doing a shift to more human entertainers. And then here again, it's just going to repeat our task, and I'm going to keep this all in mind when I am creating my plan for my role play. So while I'm reading my role play, I always like taking notes. So I just wrote down marketing manager, that's my role, marketing plan, that's my task. I wrote down some background information that maybe I'm going to want to say in my introduction to the judge. And then I wrote down pretty basic, simple explanation of what my marketing plan is going to be. So then what I like to do is go through my 5 performance indicators, kind of write down a little generalized statement or answer to each question, and then I write down how it relates to the specific event situation. So I'm just going to give you one example. So for this one, I have explained the nature of marketing plans. So I wrote down very briefly how a business promotes their product to target audience, and then I kind of thought about how does this connect to the event situation. So I was reading this, and it was talking about how they want to focus on human entertainers instead of the traditional animal acts that they've had. So really we're going to need to develop and promote a campaign that focuses on these more human performers to our target audience. So that's how it relates in this situation. Okay, so now I'm going to just show you what I would do and what I would say for my introduction, and then how I would transition that into the first performance indicator. I'll make a video going through this entire role play, but for now I'm just going to keep it short, just so you have a better idea of how to go from the introduction to the performance indicators. Okay, so this is kind of what I would do. So I would walk in smiling, shake the hand of my judge, sit down, and then I get started. So always thank them for their time, so I'd say something like, "Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. As you know, I'm the marketing manager for Sunnydale Circus, and I'm really excited to share with you our marketing plan to promote our shift to human entertainers. As you know, Sunnydale Circus has been a fan favorite in the United States for over 100 years, helping us build a great base across the entire country. Now, historically, we've had a variety of animal circus acts, but as more attention has increased around animal welfare and we've gotten some criticisms that our circus animals were not treated well, we've shifted to an approach that focuses more on human entertainers to make sure our brand image remains strong among our audience. So my marketing plan involves developing a campaign that focuses on engaging with local communities by visiting schools and interacting with children who are our target audience to get them excited about the circus and encourage their families to attend. Now, when I was creating my marketing plan, I had a few things in mind, and one of these was the nature of marketing plans. So, marketing plans are really how a business promotes their product to a target audience. Now, key aspects of this might include identifying our target audience, the demographics, the preferences, setting goals, budgeting, and methods of communication. Now, this is the way that we're going to promote our campaign or our new approach that focuses on human entertainers to our target audience. So I think it's something that's really important to consider. Then maybe I talk more about the specific key aspects I mentioned, like our target audience, our demographics, methods of communication, things like that. But then I kind of just go through each one of these performance indicators and follow the same kind of format. Generalized answer and a little bit about how it connects back to the business. And then at the end, I just talk about more about my solution. Maybe I show some visual aids to kind of support my answer. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's not too bad. So we'll give you more examples kind of running through a whole thing, but that's basically a DECA role play.